My name is Kylie Luska, and I'm an assistant professor in teaching stream here at the University of Toronto on the St. George campus. One of the experiments that a student with a color vision deficiency will struggle with is a titration. And these are experiments involving the use of phenolphthalein, which is an indicator that will tell students when they're transitioning from an acidic medium to a basic medium. And that transition is from a colorless solution to a pink solution. The challenge for a student who has a color vision deficiency is that that transition can be gradual, and it shows these wisps of pink in the solution before we get to the end point of the titration. And my understanding is that students with a color vision deficiency won't be able to see those wisps of pink, and also the transition to a faint pink solution, which is really what we're looking for. And often, because that lack of contrast is there, they will go all the way to a very dark pink solution. And that means that they've actually missed the endpoint. So they're not able to get to the endpoint that they're really looking for in a titration. My understanding from talking to students is a lot of times they would just rely on either another student nearby to ask and just say, what do these colors look like? Can you help me sort of make that distinction? Maybe a teaching assistant if they weren't feeling intimidated. But they would really have to rely on someone else's help in order to be able to make that distinction. Yeah, so the glasses themselves, my understanding, again, I don't have a color vision deficiency myself, but my understanding of the glasses are that they are filtering out different wavelengths, and in particular wavelengths that are overlapping between different colors. And so, for instance, between red and green, and they will cut out some of those wavelengths, and this allows students or any individual with a color vision deficiency to be able to make those distinctions between those colors a little bit better. It allows for greater contrast, and I've also understand that the vibrancy of the color will also increase and enhance for these students. So since we got them, we have a experiment in Chem 151Y, which is our first year course for students intending to go into the chemistry program. We have a colored extraction lab, and I thought this is a great opportunity to have them in place for that experiment. So we got them in place. We had a couple students approach me right away during that experiment to ask for the glasses themselves, and the response was really great. They said that it did help them in that lab in order to really make those color distinctions, and they didn't have to rely on someone else to help them with that part of the experiment. There has been barriers that are always identified in terms of having students take part in chemistry laboratory experiments. And so for me, this was just one of those ideas of saying this is a barrier for a student with color vision deficiency. And so we can provide those lenses that they may feel welcome in this environment, no longer intimidated by those items, and so just feel a greater sense of community within the chemistry department. But in general too, I think within all undergraduate labs, which I think there'll be items where they'll always run into some kind of color contrast item that is necessary to perform their experiments.